Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We have a magical evening planned for you, and I know you will be excited. Um, I just want to go over, I'm sorry, first let me introduce the marketing team. I am Sheila, which is part of the marketing team at LAFCU. We also have Alyssa, Larissa, Kelly Ellsworth Etchison, and Kelly Swiger. I just want to go over some of the housekeeping rules. We ask that you stay muted throughout the event. We will ask you to unmute so you can participate in the program. A little bit about LAFCU's Listen and Learn program. It is a virtual reading program that brings stories to our community to encourage learning. You can also see our pre-recorded stories on our YouTube channel. And you can also dial in to LAFCU Storyline to listen to a pre-recorded story. Then for additional information, please visit LAFCU.com. At this time, I would like to thank our partner for tonight, which is a DeWitt District Library. So at this time, I will have Mindy to come and give more information about DeWitt's District Library.
Good evening, everyone. The library is so excited to be able to partner with LAFCU this evening to bring you a magic-filled program. The DeWitt District Library has many great ways for you to experience the magic of reading. Of course, we have books, we have digital books, we're doing virtual story times, we have special displays and reading challenges throughout the year at the library. So for more information on all of the different things that we have to offer, we would invite you to take a look at our website at dewittlibrary.org.
And one last thing, we will have a gift card giveaway at the end of the event, but you must be present to win. So we ask that you stick with us to the very end. Sorry, Mindy.
It's all right. So to kick off tonight's event, we invited some children from the community to share with us why they believe that reading is magical. So we hope you enjoy what they have to share with us.
Reading is magical since I did to be with my favorite characters.
Reading is magical because a good book can take you around the world in just one day.
Reading is magical because I get to learn.
Reading is magical because it fills me with wonder and inspires my creativity. Bye!
Reading is magical because it can take you back in time and teach you history.
Reading is magical because it can take you to whole other worlds.
Reading because we can learn.
Reading is magical because it transports you to new places inside of your books.
Reading is magical because it opens up the world to me.
Reading is magical because in some books you get information and in others you can open your mind to a fictional land.
Thanks for having me. Reading is magical because every book takes you on an adventure.
Thank you, kids, for telling us why you think reading is magical. Please, everyone, unmute your lines and say, "Great job, kids."
Great job, everybody.
Great job, kids. Great job. Great job, kids.
All right, up next, we have a very special musical performance. Fowler High School junior Lauren Schafer and her flute instructor, Melissa Klamer, will be playing a piece for us from Mozart's The Magic Flute.
Thank you, Lauren and Melissa, for that beautiful music. Please join me in saying amazing.
Magical, truly magical.
Yay.
Our story this evening will be read by Miss Mindy from the DeWitt District Library. She'll be reading a book about a magic box of yarn called Extra Yarn. The book was written by Mac Burnett and illustrated by John Klassen.
Extra Yarn, written by Mac Barnett, illustrated by John Klassen. Published by Balser and Bray, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. On a cold afternoon in a cold little town, where everywhere you looked was either the white of snow or the black of soot from chimneys, Annabelle found a box filled with yarn of every color. So she went home and knit herself a sweater. And when Annabelle was done, she had some extra yarn. So she knit a sweater for Mars too. But there was still extra yarn. And when Annabelle and Mars went for a walk, Nate pointed and laughed and said, "You two look ridiculous." "You're just jealous," said Annabelle. "No, I'm not," said Nate. But it turned out he was. And even after she'd made a sweater for Nate and his dog, and for herself and for Mars, she still had extra yarn. At school, Annabelle's classmates could not stop talking about her sweater. "Quiet!" shouted Mr. Norman. "Quiet, everyone! Annabelle, that sweater of yours is a terrible distraction. I cannot teach with everyone turning around to look at you." "Then I'll knit one for everyone," Annabelle said, "so they won't have to turn around." "Impossible," said Mr. Norman. "You can't." But it turned out she could. And she did, even for Mr. Norman. And when she was done, Annabelle still had extra yarn. So she knit sweaters for her mom and dad, and for Mr. Pendleton and Mrs. Pendleton, and for Dr. Palmer, and for little Louie. She made sweaters for everyone except Mr. Crabtree, who never wore sweaters or even long pants, and who would stand in his shorts with the snow up to his knees. "No sweater for me, thanks," said Mr. Crabtree. So she made Mr. Crabtree a hat. And even then, Annabelle still had extra yarn. She made sweaters for all the dogs and all the cats and for all the other animals too. Soon, people thought, soon Annabelle will run out of yarn. But it turned out she didn't. So Annabelle made sweaters for things that didn't even wear sweaters. Things began to change in that little town. News spread of this remarkable girl who never ran out of yarn, and people came to visit from around the world to see all the sweaters and to shake Annabelle's hand. One day, an archduke, who was very fond of clothes, sailed across the sea and demanded to see Annabelle. "Little girl," said the archduke, "I would like to buy that miraculous box of yarn, and I am willing to offer you $1 million. "No, thank you," said Annabelle, who was knitting a sweater for a pickup truck. The archduke's mustache twitched. "2 million, he said. Annabelle shook her head. "No, thanks." 10 million, shouted the archduke.
Take it or leave it." "Leave it," said Annabelle. "I won't sell the yarn." And she didn't. So that night, the Archduke hired 3 robbers to break into Annabelle's house, and they stole the box and took it to the Archduke, who set off across the snow and sailed over the sea back to his castle. The Archduke put on his favorite song and sat in his best chair. Then he took out the box and lifted its lid, and he looked inside. His mustache quivered, it shivered, it trembled. The Archduke hurled the box out the window and shouted, "Little girl, I curse you with my family's curse. You will never be happy again." But it turned out she was. The end.
Thank you, Mindy, so much for that wonderful story. And if you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, can we unmute ourselves and say thank you, Miss Mindy, or give me a thumbs up?
Thank you, Miss Mindy.
No.
Thank you. Okay, up next, we have something that is very, very magical. Please join me in welcoming Jeff the Magician. Yay!
Woohoo!
Thank you, LAFCU. Thank you, Public Library. Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, you are about to see a video show of mine that I recorded when I was in California. But I am going to do one quick, amazing magic trick first before the video. I have a deck of cards that says ABC deck on them. And what does that mean? Every card here has letters of the alphabet. These are not normal cards. Every letter is here, and they make up 52 cards. And I'm going to give them a shuffle right in front of everybody. Watch carefully. A real shuffle. And now I need some help. Marvin, would you be willing to help me? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, Marvin, I'm going to take this deck and I'm going to start dealing them face down onto the table. All you have to say is stop. But before that, you can say deal from the bottom or the middle or the top and then say stop when you're ready. So I'm going to start dealing, and you just tell me to start dealing from the middle or the bottom or the top or just stop.
Okay.
Okay, you're good. I'm going to keep going until I hear something.
Stop.
Right there. You want me to put this card down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to take any from the bottom or the middle to add to the pile?
Yes.
From where? The bottom or the middle?
Middle.
I'll take some from the middle. I'll keep going from the middle till you say stop.
Stop.
Okay. I'm going to put these cards aside, and I'm going to take this pile that you helped make, Marvin, and I'm going to deal them into 5 piles. Watch carefully. 5 face-down piles. I have no idea what cards are here. Nobody does either. Now, let's see what we have here. I'm going to take the top card of each pile. Watch this. We have an L. We have an A.
Mm-hmm.
We have
I know what it is.
an F.
Mm-hmm.
We have a C. And we have, you're kidding me, Marvin. Are you? What does that spell?
Laughley.
That spells LAFCU. Any other cards would have been totally different letters no two were the same, and that is how magical LAFCU is. I hope you enjoyed that and enjoy the rest of the show from Jeff the Magician. Thank you, LAFCU. Thank you very, very much. I am Jeff the Magician. I'm from Lansing, Michigan, although right now I happen to be coming magically to you from California. So I'm in my mom's home, and a lot of different stories behind that. But I've got a great show planned, and I'm going to call on a few of you to help me out, and we'll go from there. Magic is a very colorful art. So I have with me some giant cards. I have red, I have orange, I have yellow, I have green, I have blue, and I have purple. And they're all on these giant cards like this. And I can tell what they are from the back because of these circles. You can see those. Well, what I've done is on this piece of paper, I've made a prediction. I'm going to call on 5 of you. And if I call on you, you just got to yell out one of these colors and I'll get rid of it down to the table. And whichever one left, we'll see if my prediction was right. Let me try. So Marvin, if you're there, Marvin, age 10, yell out a color.
Red.
Red is now gone. So if my prediction was red, I'm already wrong. Let's see here. Journey, can you name a color, please?
Blue.
Blue is now gone. Well, down to the final 4. Let's see here. Ruby, can you name a color?
Ruby is not with us, but Lula is.
Okay, how about Lula?
Green.
Green is now gone. We're down to the final 3 cards. And my prediction is right here. And how about Mariah? Can you name a color?
Orange.
Orange is gone. We're down to just purple and yellow. Whichever one is named, we will get rid of. We'll see if I was right all along. How about Elena? Elena, name a color.
Yellow.
Yellow's gone. Which one is left? Purple, right? And I had nothing to do with that, right? Let's see if I'm right. Normally I would have somebody read this, but I open it up, I unfold it, and it says very clearly, you will leave me the purple. Exactly what happened. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Wow. Okay. Well, we know today we are here because DeWitt Library is very much involved here. And I want to do something that talks about a library. But you know what? As a magician, I get a lot of strange questions. One question they say, Jeff, do you have a favorite playing card? So I grabbed 2 kings of hearts and 1 ace in the middle, and the middle card is my favorite card. Can you remember that one, the middle card?
Mm-hmm.
And from the back, they look like this. Well, I'm going to see how good your memory is. One more time, look at the middle card. I will take out that middle card holder right here. I'll show you the other 2 cards are the kings. Can people remember what my middle card was? Anybody?
Ace of club.
Well, actually, I never said it was the ace of clubs. I said the middle card was my favorite card because my favorite card, and I hope it's your favorite card, is always my library card. And I use my library card every day, every week, as much as I can, because it's the most magical card I have. So that I hope your library card at the DeWitt Public Library is also your favorite card as well. Thank you very much. Let's give DeWitt a big round of applause. Thank you. And speaking of libraries, one of the things that's so important is reading. And I have what I call the amazing reading prediction. There are lots of things you can read. We can read books and books and books. We can read traffic signals outside to save our lives. We can read menus when restaurants are open again. You can read menus. And, of course, your parents know what newspapers are. You kids may not know what a newspaper is. I want everybody there to think of one of those 4 items. Either a newspaper, a traffic signal, a menu, or books. Think of one of them. I've already made a prediction of exactly what's going to be named. I'll put these out here like this, and we'll see if I am right. Normally, I would take this magic wand, I would hand it to somebody and have them touch one of these screens. But you can't do that in a virtual show. So I will look through this list again, and I will say, let's see here. Is Jack on? Is Jack there today? Doesn't sound like it. So how about Marvin again? Marvin, can you unmute yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to name one of these items, either the books, the menu, the traffic light, or the newspaper. Which one do you want to name?
Book.
The books, are you sure? Now,
Yeah.
Normally I would have you point, so you would point to the books right here, right? But remember, this is the amazing reading prediction right here. And you picked the books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch very carefully. I turn this around and it says, I predict you will choose the books. It was on the back of my prediction the whole time. I've never met you before. Give Marvin a big round of applause because books are magical. Wow. Let's try something kind of cool here. I have a can of food underneath this cup. And the other day, lots of times, food banks, one of the things that's so amazing about LAFCU is how they give and give and give back to the community. And they give food to people who need it. And we have a wonderful food banks all over Lansing. And sometimes they get so much food in cans and the labels come off and the food bank has no idea what's in the can without opening it. So that's why they call me Jeff the Magician to use my magic. So I have a deck of cards that says food bank. And if you look carefully, every card is normal. You can see all the cards are here. But on the back of every card is a different type of canned food. Some are vegetables, some are fruits, some are soups, some are salsas. I even have dog food in here. 52 different types of food. Fruit salad, tomato sauce, spinach, bean sprouts, mushrooms, apricots, spam, chicken soup, everything. Well, I have one can under here, and I want to try an experiment. Nobody knows which playing card is on which type of food. So I'm going to call on somebody. Journey, can you name any playing card in the deck? Any playing card out loud? Any number, and then there's suits, all kinds of fun stuff. Or I can call on somebody else if you're more comfortable.
We can go on somebody else.
Okay. How about Mariah? Can you name a playing card? Any playing card in the deck?
King.
I'm sorry? Is Mariah there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said king.
A king. Now there's 4 different kings. So you have either diamonds or clubs or hearts or spades.
Spades.
The king of spades, is that what you said, the king? If I take out the king of spades, I will put that on my table. You can see it here. And let me just show you. If you would have said the king of hearts would have been pickles. If you would have said the ace of spades, that would have been squash. If you would have said the king of diamonds, that would have been peas. If you would have said, let's see, how about the other black king? Where's the other black king? The king of clubs. That would have been potatoes. But you said the king of spades, and what does that say on there? Can someone read that?
Sweet corn.
It says sweet corn, right? Watch this. I picked this up, and inside is one can of sweet corn. Exactly the prediction I had inside the can. Always helping the food banks like LAFCU as every day. Give LAFCU a big round of applause. Thank you. And I think we have time for one more. A lot of people say, why do you want to be a magician? Well, I want to be a magician for the same reason LAFCU wants to help all of you learn how to make your money become more by magic. I have a yellow piece of paper all folded up. And if I unfold it, inside is a blue piece of paper. If I unfold that, inside is a dark blue piece of paper. If I unfold that, inside is a tan piece of paper. If I unfold that, inside is a 50-cent piece that you can get from LAFCU. It's only worth 50 cents, not a lot of money, but watch this. I put the 50-cent piece back inside this piece of paper. I fold it, and I fold it. You can still see it in there at the very last minute. And normally I could even have you feel it. It's in there. I'm going to put it inside the blue piece of paper, just like I did before. You can see it going in, closing up, just like that. I could have somebody feel it inside the light blue piece of paper, folding up. I can have someone feel that as well. It's still there. And now finally inside the yellow piece of paper. All you have to do, everybody unmute yourself and say, LAFCU makes us money. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
LAFCU makes us
Money. And now say, LAFCU is magic. And all I have to do is snap my hands and say, boom, and watch what happens. Nothing in my hands. I'm not hiding anything. Same piece of paper. I unfold it, and there's a blue piece of paper. I unfold that, and there is the dark blue piece of paper. I unfold that, and there is the tan piece of paper. I unfold that, and what's inside? A $50 bill. We just multiplied that 50-cent piece by 100 to get $50 with one 50-cent piece. And why? Because LAFCU, when you get older and you start making some money, if you invest with LAFCU, they will turn all of your money and make you as much money as possible. Because LAFCU is magic, the DeWitt Public Library is magic, and I am Jeff the Magician. You can find out about me at www.jeffthemagician.biz, B-I-Z, like showbiz, and find out all kinds of things about my shows, birthday parties for you, whether it's Zoom or in person. And at the bottom of my news page, on the last page, is all kinds of magic tricks, including this one that you can do yourself and make money. I think I finished for the perfect amount of time. I am Jeff the Magician, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to know that you are magical. The pandemic will be disappearing soon, I hope, and that all of us can get back to our lives with a little bit of magic every day. I hope you enjoyed that. Kelly, back to you.
Jeff the Magician for that awesome magic show. Please join me in just saying bravo to Jeff the Magician.
Ready?
Bravo!
Bravo! Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Okay, the time has come to announce our 3 gift card winners. Can I get a drum roll, please? The first winner is Lindsay Weston. Is Lindsay available? The second winner is Andrea Paul. Is Andrea available? Andrea, okay. And the last one is Lynn, is it Croze? C-R-O-Z-E?
We are here.
All right. Well, congratulations to all of our winners. We will, you will receive an email with the gift card. So be on the lookout for that. And again, we want to congratulate each and every one of you. We want to thank you guys for being with us tonight. A special thanks to the DeWitt District Library, Jeff the Magician, our reader, Mindy Schafer, our flutist, Lauren Schafer, and Melissa Klamer. The kids, Elena, Carolyn, Deson, Donovan, Rayon, Edith, Jackson, Journey, Lucy, Lucas, Lula, Lydia, Lincoln, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing you guys' name right. Mariah, Marvin, Piper, and Ruby. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, good night.